Okay. So let's start in Shavasana. The most difficult asana of all. So start off with your knees bent. I know I just said start off in Shavasana, but we're just going to take our time to come into Shavasana properly. And there are many schools of thought on Shavasana. Some people rush through it at the end. Some people, like me, spend so much time putting together all the other asanas that then there is enough time to really enjoy being in Shavasana. And we need to do a 90-minute class. Because Shavasana we should really try and be in for 15 minutes or longer. It takes time to let go of your practice, let go of what's been going on. And then it takes time to tune into the body, and then it takes time to let go of all the sort of running around that the mind is doing. So just lying here on your back with your knees bent, round your back a little so that you press your lower back into the floor. So you maybe lift your hips up slightly, pushing into the soles of your feet. Think about where your kidneys are, either side of your spine, your lower back. And just as if you're gently giving them a little press. And at the same time, keeping that pressure on, so keeping your pelvis tipped. Relax your shoulders. Take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Unclench your jaw. Feel your eyes are heavy. And let them just sink back into their sockets. Smooth across your forehead. And now take that pressure off your feet and allow your hips to settle just wherever they want to be, and lengthen through the legs. So put your right leg out and then your left leg. So stretch your legs out. Give them a nice big stretch. Stretch your hands and your arms as well. Stretch out. Feel your shoulder blades on the mat. And then relax your arms, relax your legs. Let your feet drop out to the sides if you wish. In or out, doesn't matter, wherever they naturally want to go. Lengthen through your neck. And start to notice where you're lying on the floor, on your mat. Notice how that feels against your arms, against the backs of your hands, and your heels, your legs, your glutes, your back, the back of your head. Just feel that you're resting on the ground and that you're completely supported. Feel that the surface that you're lying on is buzzing with positive, gentle, kind energy. And as you breathe in, draw that energy up into yourself and allow it to flow around you. And as you breathe out, give that energy back to the air, to the ground. Take your attention to your breath now and breathing in through your nostrils. Through your practice today, as much as you can, bring your attention to your breath and try and ensure that you're breathing in through your nostrils and breathing out either through your nostrils or through your mouth. Start to lengthen the out breath and deepen the in breath. Maybe you've been doing lots of great breath work today, but maybe you've been busy and you've been rushing around and the last thing on your mind has been your breath. So let's give the breath some conscious attention. Make each single breath as wonderful as you possibly can. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, noticing any areas of tension in your body, noticing any areas where you're holding on and allowing those areas to just let go. Remind yourself that you are supported. You're completely supported where you are right now. And through your practice today, keep in mind your sankalpa or your intention for your practice. What is it that you want more of, that you need more of in your life? Yoga can help you manifest the things that you need in your life by helping you have that space and time and beautiful attention to give it some focus, give it some thought, give it some attention. Whatever it is that you wish you had more of in your life. So let's take another few breaths here. And try and dip quickly into that easy, relaxed, gentle space. You start to prepare for your practice today. Start to prepare to move by finding your stillness. One last breath here, as deep and as slow as you possibly can make it. And we're going to start to move, but gently keeping your eyes closed. Bring your knees up towards the sky, soles of your feet pressing down into the mat. And bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around and give yourself a hug. Rock from side to side here. So we're just gently moving the knees over from the right and then to center, then to the left and back to center. Notice where you feel that movement in your back, in your hips, gently moving from side to side, getting to the point where you feel like you might tip over and then coming back to center and then over to the other side. That's a little bit of movement. Now let's take the legs up towards the ceiling. So feet up, and as if you're pushing away the ceiling with your heels. So bringing your toes back down towards your face. Feel that waking up the whole of the posterior chain, your legs, from your ankles to your hips. And let's start to move the toes over so they come above your face. So stretching a little bit more. So stretch, see how far that goes. It won't be a very, very big movement. Well, probably not. There we go. Use your core, squeeze those muscles in your core to move your toes over your face, towards your face. And then let's grab hold of those calves or ankles, wherever you can reach. Just holding gently on, not pulling, just holding. Trying to keep a little bit of straightness in the legs, not bending the knees here. All right, we're going to hold on to the left leg. So take both hands to your left leg, and you might be on the back of your knee, or on the back of your thigh, on your calf, on your ankle. It doesn't matter where you're holding on. Just gentle hold. Allow your arms to be soft and relaxed. So that weight in your arms is just gently tugging on those muscles in the back of your left leg. And the right leg, we're going to take it back up towards the ceiling and then slowly down towards the ground. So you need a lot of control here. You need a lot of stability. You need a lot of strength. Think about what's going on in your core. What do you need to wake up and hold on to there? So just following that progress of your foot down towards the ground with your eyes, not moving your head. We'll get to a point where you can no longer see your toes as that foot slowly moves down towards the ground. Nice and slow. Think about pulling your belly button down in towards your spine. Don't forget to breathe. No holding on to the breath here. You might start to feel a bit of tension in the back of your raised leg, the left leg. If you need to, you can bend that knee, otherwise keep the legs straight, both legs straight. And that right foot almost down towards the ground now. Stretch it away from you. You want that lovely big stretch in the groin. And then we're going to start to move back up. So very slow, lots of control. Often the slowest and the most simple looking asana are the ones that are actually quite hard. And it's tempting sometimes to skip through and write them off, but go with it. Hugely important here, helping with lymphatic drainage in the legs. That helps clear out all the rubbish from the body, make space for new growth and proper working of everything, unfettered by all the stuff that needs to be got rid of. Okay, bringing that right foot now back parallel with the left. Try and do it without using your hands. Use that strength. Okay, both feet together now, and let's switch. So let's take our hands over to the right leg, maybe the right calf, right thigh. Left foot comes to pointing straight up towards the sky, and then we're going to start moving that leg down. Nice and slow, no hurry. The slower we go, the harder we're working. Don't forget to breathe. And bring a real awareness to every part of the body. Hopefully some gratitude. All the way down with that left leg, nice and slow. Pulling your tummy in. And then we start to move back up again. So slow progress, slow and strong. Still breathing, always breathing through the nostrils. There we go. Right, bringing that left leg now and trying to get it to match up with where the right foot is. And when you've got that, gently bringing your knees in for a bend, wrapping your arms around, giving yourself a hug, squeezing your thighs into your chest. Well done. So we're going to counter pose. Take your feet flat to the floor and let's press up to take the hips off, coming up into bridge. Setu Bandhasan, nice long neck. Make sure that you don't jam up your neck here. So lift your head up, lengthen through the back of the neck, pop your head back down again. Make sure you're really broad across your shoulders and you have lots of space. So we're trying to keep nice and broad, make lots of room in the shoulders. So squeezing the glutes and thighs now, lift as high as you possibly can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Pushing down into the soles of your feet. Can you feel all the skin on the base of your toes, on the soles of your feet where they touch the ground? Press in as hard as you can. You might start to move up the mat a little, don't worry. Pressing down, squeezing your thighs, squeezing the muscles squeezing your glutes as well. You might have some squeezing going on in the muscles in your lower back, lifting your hips up to the sky. If you wish to, you can clasp your hands together and push them away from you to round your shoulders and bring your weight onto the tops of your arms, so your upper arms, and then you're on the back of your head, your upper arms, the soles of your feet. That's it. That's all that's touching the ground here. Still continue to breathe consciously and let your chin come to your chest, quite tight into your chest. Hello, welcome. We are in Setu Bandhasan. We are in our lovely bridge. Nice and tight and strong. Pushing into this bridge now. We're going to release. Release your hands if you've got them clasped under. Release your shoulders. And we're going to come back down to the mat, but very slowly. See if you can picture each vertebrae coming down one by one. Rounding the lower back as we take the back down. Down, 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 down. Oh, beautifully slow. Well done. Take a deep breath. We're going to come up to sitting. Now come up to sitting anywhere that works for you. If you need to roll over onto your side and then come up to sitting, come up to sitting that way. If you wish to just rock up to sitting, then we come rocking up to sitting. Legs out in front of you. Let's come into Paschimottanasana. So we have had some lovely compression in here into the lymph nodes, the top of your legs. Now make some space, stretch out any extra flesh or any whatever's going on down there, so you feel your sit bones poking down into the ground and up pull from your sit bones. Crown of your head lifting up towards the sky. And we're going to breathe the arms up. So inhale. Nice and slow, and exhale, fold. So we're coming from our Dandasana, our staff pose, into Paschimottanasana, our west facing pose. Now this time we are going to start off with using the hands and using the arms. So hold on to your legs, hold on to your feet, wherever you are, and gently draw yourself forward. So as you draw yourself forward, try not to do that stretch in the top of your back. Try and do that in the base of your back. Now, what that might feel like is pushing your belly button forward, straightening through your lower back, and then folding forward. This is a really strong asana. So if you have any sensitivities in your lower back, then you don't pull too hard. You just let gravity help you move. So as you breathe in, make space, and as you breathe out, fold a little further. So we're still getting some lovely compression, helping our lymph, helping our circulation. Do at least 3 really good breaths here. And with each breath, moving your torso, using your arms, using your hands, gently guide yourself forward. And remember, so deep to breathe in, so slow to breathe out. Gently allowing yourself to come all the way back up. We're going to take the right leg in. So right foot comes to rest on the inner thigh of your left leg, right knee out to the side. And we want to press that knee down. Press it down into the ground. Get as much of your right leg onto your mat as you can. Your left leg is left, but the right leg is bent, left leg is extended out in front of you. So we're going to just slide our hands down, extended left leg on an out breath. In breath, come up, out breath to fold. Now we're looking to get the torso above the left thigh if we can, not into the middle empty space here. Well done. And now this time we're going to add in a little bit of a twist. So we're going to slide down, but just with the left hand, and the right arm we're going to take up and open. So we're going to get into a little bit of a nice twist here. So take your left hand down, bring your right hand up, And then you can bring it over if you like. I should have done the other leg so that you can see me. I'll do the other leg first. Stay where you are. Just demonstrating. So we're sliding, same arm, same leg on the inner edge, and then taking that upper arm up. And then you can fold over if you wish, or you can keep that arm up, whatever works. What we're looking for is that beautiful stretch. Oh, I'm using the wrong arm. All the way down, right into the hip. Can you feel it? Don't worry about how far you're over. Left hip and the space around your left hip. Having a lovely stretch. Feel that your left bone is still on the mat. It's not flying anywhere. Holding here for a moment, breathing into this posture. And then we're going to lift to come out. So left arm, oops, your right arm, it's all the way up. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So switch around with the leg. In, lengthen through the spine, and then we're going to slide down on the inside edge of that leg. And the arm comes up and over. And your arm is above your head. All reaching over. Well done. And we are coming out. So take a nice deep breath in, come out. Lifting up. Baddha-Konasana, bring the soles of both your feet together in front of you. Knees out to the side. Knees out, feet in. We're going to come up standing in a minute. So we've been lying down, we've been sitting down, and we're going to be standing. So we're just going to have a little moment in cobbler pose, or round angle pose, or Baddha-Konasana, whatever you want to call it. Now let go of your right foot and bring your left foot a little closer in if you can. So your feet are not quite lined up with each other anymore. Your left foot is closer into your body, and your right foot is a little further away. Okay. Really focusing on taking that left knee out. Just forget about what's happening with the right for now. Just push the left knee down. The muscles in your thighs to really press your knee out to the side. And then we're going to swap those feet around. Okay? So if you can, keep your left foot where it is and bring your right foot back. If you need to move your left foot forward, go ahead and move your left foot forward. We're sort of moving closer towards the body. Yeah. So here we go. This one, right leg. That's the one that we're pressing down into the ground. Squeeze it down. Well done. 3. Lovely. Okay, we're going to be coming up into some standing poses. So feet to the floor, bring yourself up into a squat. So nice comfy squat. And breathe. What is a great time to think about the flexibility in your body, what you can do now, what you should maybe do a while ago that has been not lost, but maybe forgotten. It's incentive for me to commit to practicing more when I'm in a squat and things are a little less comfortable than they perhaps once were. Low flexibility in the squat. So stay here for a moment. And you're still breathing, you're still doing those nice, slow, deep breaths. We're going to come from here into Uttanasana. Easy forward bend. So taking your hands down to the mat. Keep your knees bent, but take your bottom up towards the sky. And when you're where you want to be, slowly start to straighten your legs. So straighten your legs. You can keep a little bend in the knees if you want to. Hands down towards the mat. If you can, hands touching the mat. Allow your head and neck to be completely at rest. And lovely inversion. Straightening your legs a little. Putting your hips up towards the ceiling. Keeping your head and neck and back where they are, keeping your hands where they are. Start to move your feet out to the side. So bring them into a nice wide-legged pose. And we find ourselves in Sasadika Padukasana. You can allow your head to come closer to the mat if you wish. Maybe you can even take the crown of your head to touch the floor. If the crown of your head is touching the floor, then don't bring too much weight into it. We want to allow that blood flow to flow all around your scalp and not block off any circulation by leaning too hard into the top of your head. And then we're going to come a little away from the ground. So straighten your arms, bring yourself halfway up. So we're halfway. Right hand comes into the middle point underneath you. So your left hand can swoop out to the side, all the way up and come up towards the ceiling. So another lovely twist. Think about what's going on with your hips. And if your left hip is also trying to get up towards the ceiling, gently bring it back so that your hips are both in line with each other. You want that opening up to come in the upper back, not so much in the lower back. And take your glance to look up your extended left arm. If it's appropriate for you. If you have neck issues, just keep your head facing towards the side. Remember to keep a gentle bend in your knees, and then let's bring that left arm down. Take it in a really wide swoop. So as far out to the side as you can, all the way down to the ground. And swap hands. And then we're going to take the right arm up. So nice movement all the way up, out to the side. And again, watch what's going on with your hips. You probably want to start moving around, try and keep them level if you can. And then bring your gaze up, your extended right hand. Still breathing nice and deep if you can, despite the restrictions here. And all the way back down. Put your hands to your hips. And then come slowly up to standing. Lie down all the way up to standing. Okay, so we're going to come into a little bit of warrior here. So left foot pointing out to the narrow end of your mat. Right foot about 3/4 angle. Hips towards the front of your mat as well. So just keep an eye on those hips so not to swivel around when they're not supposed to be swiveling around. going to bend the front knee, swoop the arms up on an in-breath. Allow your heels to come off and your toes to pivot if they need to. Coming into a low, strong Virabhadrasana 1. Send your heart center forward. So we're lifting the sternum, lengthening through the front of your body this time. Let your gaze come up, chin rise. Breathe. Can you sink a little lower? Strong in those legs. Use your breath. Hold yourself steady and strong. We're going to swoop around to the other side. So arms come down on exhale. Raising all the way around and lower again. If that felt like it was too complicated or too much, just take it down into pieces, separate the movement, and find your final asana, lifting your sternum, stretching out through the front of your body, lowering your hips, keeping strong in that right thigh, long in the left. Sink a little lower. Strong in those legs. Think about the sole of that right foot pressing down into the ground and the toes of your left foot pressing down as well. Be strong. This is a posture of strength. Move the arms around when you're ready. Come to center now. Hands on hips and we're folding halfway, just halfway. Keep your neck long. So the back of your head, your neck, and your back all in a straight line. And breathe. Right. And then we're going to now bend the right leg. And then we're going to move up to the other side. My mat is traveling all over the place again today. I need to get a different mat. And then we go to the other side again. So my hands are just resting on my thighs, not really taking any weight. Once more, over to the other side. Last time. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So we're going down to the ground, moving around, releasing that right foot to the left, and your feet towards each other, about hip width apart. Keep long in the backs of your legs. So take your hips up towards the ceiling. So nice length in the body, all the way from your wrists to your sit bones, and then from your sit bones back to your heels. Breathe. Think about releasing through your jaw, through your neck, through your shoulders, to allow everything to flow as it should and as it wants to. Deep, slow breaths here. Let's slow everything down. And then we're going to be looking to the hands. So lift your head, look at your hand, and we're going to step the right foot forward. So we're taking it up first, behind, right foot behind, and then step it in, coming into pigeon. So right foot comes to left hand, right knee comes to right hand, and you slide the left leg back as much as you can. And remember, if you need it, this is where you put a little bit of support under the right thigh. So nope, talking rubbish, under the left thigh, under your bent leg. The right one is stretching. So pop it under your right thigh. I don't quite know how I managed to get that one so completely wrong. And sit back. What we want to be able to happen here is for your hips to completely relax and ease. And if you're hovering and floating in there, it's really hard to relax. And you get that right thigh something to rest on. And then you can encourage those muscles to just ease into the asana. Keep your gaze gently forward. So I'm up on hands and straight arms. If you wish to, you can come down to lying forward. Otherwise, you can also put your hand on your knee and your foot and arch into your back, bringing it into a little bit of a back bend. You can try all three, or you can try the one that you know you love the best, or you can push yourself to try the one that you love the least. Completely up to you. Free choice time. And relax across the whole of your pelvis. It might sound like an impossible thing to do. Take a breath into your left hip, into the right thigh. I'm going to be moving over to the other side. There are different ways to do this. We're going to go via downward facing dog again. So hands to your mat if they're not already. Tucking your left toes under, pressing into your toes. Lift. Taking the right foot back to meet the left. And bringing yourself into your lovely downward facing dog again. So we're in downward facing dog. We're not going straight back to pigeon yet. But as you're here, notice the difference in temperature between your thighs. You might find a very cool sensation along the right leg. As you release that block and allow flow to resume. Keep your shoulders wide in your downward facing dog. Relax the jaw, relax the face. And we're looking forward now. Lift your hand. We're going to come into upward facing dog. So tilt yourself forward, bring yourself forward all the way, and drop your hips. So drop your hips. You've still got the toes tucked under, and you're still strong into your wrists. So lift yourself away from your wrist. Keep your shoulders wide. Send your sternum forward. Squeeze your glutes. And breathe. Hips are off the floor here. And then we're going to be tipping back again into our downward facing dog. We're not ready to do that. And then pivot and move downward facing dog. And look to your hands. Lift your left leg up into the air. Bring it forward. Left foot to right hand. Left knee to left hand. Easing your right leg back. Those toes back little by little to get as much length as you can. And this time your cushion goes underneath your left thigh if you need it. If you're already touching the floor, so if the whole of your thigh is on the floor, you don't need to put any more padding underneath. And try to do on this side what you did on the other side. And remember, this is just one practice. You can come back to doing some more pigeon after we finish. You can practice pigeon every single day. So you can try different variations each time to suit your pigeon mood. Make it Lengthen the front of the body. Pigeon is very strong on the hips, but we've done quite a bit of hip warm up first, so pigeon position. Let's hold just for 5. Nice strong deep breaths in and out. Hands back to the mat. Under. Pressing into your hands and your foot. Bringing your left foot back. Coming into downward facing dog again. Once more, shoulders wide, hips to the ceiling, heels to the floor, pulling away from your wrists. Breathe. Look to your hands. Bring yourself back into plank. Adjust so that you can stay in your plank. And then let's come into taking the hips down towards the mat again, shoulders wide. Bring your body just a little between your arms. Hips are off the floor. Press into your fingertips, not just into your wrist. And then bring your hips down to the mat. Lower yourself down to the floor. Bring yourself to Makara. Rest your forehead. Take a breath. Bring your forearms to the mat. So elbows in towards your body. Make a fist with each hand and press the outer edge of your fist down into the mat. So your thumbs are uppermost. Your elbows are tucked in close towards your chest. And tuck your toes under. We're coming into a low arm plank. So lifting up, straight body, pressing your forearms firmly into the ground, lifting yourself away from the floor, squeezing your glutes and thighs. And your right fist in your left elbow, twist open to the side, and we come into a low Vashisthasana, low arm side plank. If this is difficult or doesn't work, you can take your knees to the mat, and that takes off some of the pressure. If it's okay for you, you've got straight legs, and then we're going to come over to the other side. So let's bring that left forearm down, parallel with the right, and then we release the right forearm up to the sky. And again, if this is tricky, you're down to your knees and your lower legs on the mat, just lifting your hips up off the floor. Otherwise, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, squeeze into the side of your body, and lift up into a low Vashisthasana. Bringing your right arm back down. Bring your belly down to the mat. Extend your arms out so you are in Makara, and bring your forehead to rest on your forearms. Breathe in and out. Through the nostrils and out however you like. Into a little bit of relaxation now. Hands either side of your chest. Push yourself up and bring yourself back into Balasana. So we're lifting up, bending the knees, bringing your forehead down towards the mat, bending your arms out in front of you, pressing your hands down into the mat to bring a nice stretch into your underarm area and lovely compression into the torso. Bringing yourself up to sitting. We're in hero pose. Nice and tall, sitting back on your heels. Take a breath in and out. Out to the side. So release your left foot out to the side, release your right foot out to the side, and sit back down so you are twist into the knees, sit bones to the floor. If this is uncomfortable, you can use a cushion to sit on, and if it really doesn't work for you because of your knees, then come back into hero pose. Twist. Release. Bring yourself back onto your heels and then slide over to the left. Let your legs come out to the right side. Bring your right foot over both sit bones on the floor. Your right sit bone is going to want to go flying. Bring it back down to earth. So you're not sitting on this foot. Your left foot is beside and not under your hip. Right foot is pressing down into the mat. And your right knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to hold on. So hold on to that right knee with your left hand. And we're going to open up to the right. Take your hand to the floor. And let's twist. Let's twist again like we did last summer. You get to bring your eyes into this and look around to the right as much as you possibly can. And release. Let's center. And let's swap around with the legs so they can either just go flying around the place and swap. Well done. Flying around worked very well. So holding on now, holding onto your knee, just allowing that shoulder to come around to the front. Give yourself some leverage with your hand on that knee and twisting around, opening up to the side. We're going to do a little bit of twisting on the mat in a moment as well. If you're ever struggling with digestion, then coming into doing some twists can be hugely helpful. And release your head, release your shoulders, come back to center. Release your legs, come back to Baddha Konasana again. And let's just hold here for a moment in Baddha Konasana, taking a few deep breaths. So let's breathe in through the nostrils and breathe out through the mouth. One more, one last time. Let's breathe in together. We're going to be coming down to lying on the mat to make sure that you have the length of the mat in the right place. Keeping your hold on your feet, either on the outer edge of your feet, or you can do a yoga hold on your big toes. So just the first two fingers wrapped around your big toes, and then the thumb forms a little lock. Bring yourself into a balanced position. So you're balanced on your on your bum, on your sit bones, or not quite on your sit bones, I guess. And then let's take the legs out. So you can either go one leg at a time or both legs together, whatever works best for you. So we're legs out to the sides. If you have a yoga hold, you need to be very strong in your toes, pushing with your toes so that you don't feel you're going to be pulling them off. Straighten your legs as much as works for you. Try and keep a nice straight back, straight neck, long in the back of the body, long in the arms, long in the legs, just long all over. Still breathing. And now we're going to bring the right leg in, so folding the right leg in, trying to keep everything else still. So a bit of a balance here. Right leg in, and then we're going to swap. The right leg's going to go out, left leg's going to come in. Ready? Around. And around. So have a little bit of fun with the fun postures. Well done, good balance. And let's swap again. One more time. Lovely. And then bring both legs in together. Hold on to both feet. Raise Baddha. And release feet. Hold on to your knees. We're still balancing. Been balancing all this time. Well done. And then we're going to come down to the mat. So make sure you've got enough room. Rolling down gently. Nice little massage for the back there. And arms out to the side. So we're going to play a little bit with the twist today. Taking the left over the right and twist. Knees down to the mat. If that's too strong, just come back to hugging your knees together as we normally do. Once your knees are as close to the floor as they're going to get, and your head to the other side. It really makes it a bit more of a strong twist, but we've done a few twists standing and sitting, so we're ready for a little bit more depth in this one. And always do what works for you. A really strong twist is not appropriate, doesn't feel right. Don't do it. Just go for a gentle twist instead. Try and get that twist feeling like it's going all the way from the top of your spine right down to the bottom, right down to your sacrum. And soften and relax. And then head back to center. Take a moment. Breathe back. And we're going to just settle for a moment and swap. So heading over to the other side now. When they've got as far as they're going, turn the head over to the opposite side. And keep both shoulders on the mat as you go. And very gently back to center. Slow, easy. And the legs as well. Lovely hug. Squeeze. Now rock from side to side. Ease. Squeeze and ease. Ease. And let's come into Shavasana again. So we started with Shavasana today, and we'll come back to Shavasana. The lovely cycle through stillness, making space, movement, finding your strength and flexibility and flow and encouraging movement of everything around the body that needs to be transported around the body. And then coming back into stillness again. So allow yourself to expand now. Settle. Imagine that you're made of wax or jelly. Soft. There's nowhere else you have to be. There's nothing else you have to be doing. This is the most important thing you could possibly do with your time right now. Giving yourself this pure, precious attention. Breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth, making each breath as deep and as slow as you possibly can, while still feeling comfortable and feeling relaxed. Allow your feet and hands to feel soft and completely at rest. Keep your eyes closed and your face soft. Allow all your muscles to rest and relax and breathe. Keeping your attention on your breath, making sure that each breath is slow, each breath is deep. Relaxing your toes, relaxing your feet, relaxing your legs, relaxing your hips, relax your belly, relax your chest, relax your hands and your wrists, relax your arms and your elbows and your shoulders, relax your throat, relax your neck, relax your face, relax your scalp. As each breath comes in, you take it around the whole of your body, bringing light and warmth and energy. And as you breathe out, allowing yourself to settle, to rest, into the deeper into that nice space, peaceful space that you've created for yourself. With every in-breath, bringing light and warmth to the whole of your body, your mind, your spirit, feeling that you are one, in harmony and balance with yourself. As you breathe in, bringing light and warmth, and as you breathe out, making space, allowing you to room, beautiful space, getting rid of anything that you no longer need, releasing hold of anything that doesn't bring you joy, letting go, knowing that you are enough, you have enough, and that it's okay to let go of things that are not useful, not joyful. Keeping your eyes closed, gently coming to rest on your right side. Keeping your eyes closed and bringing yourself up to sitting. Bring your hands to heart center. From your right palm to your left palm to your right. Feeling that strength in your forearms and your elbows and your upper arms and across your shoulders. Feeling the whole of your torso strong and alive and awake. Feeling that you're connected to the right side and the left. Your mind, body, and spirit connected and strong. As you breathe in, feeling that breath going all the way into your belly, around your chest, up into your neck and throat, and the top of your back. And as you breathe out, gently letting go. As you breathe in, opening your eyes, gazing at your fingertips, gazing at your strong, capable hands. And with your next breath, gently releasing your gaze. Welcome back to Namaste. Envision yourself in your entirety on the mat. As always,
Thank you, Kate.
holding